This is the Rebel Author Podcast, where we talk about books, business, and occasionally bad words.
Well, hello, Sasha Black.
Hello, darling.
Okay, listeners, I'll just say that Sasha has the face, which is the face of what the fuck.
Yeah, it's that at the universe. Um,
That was
you
the
know,
the universal flip off under the chin, which I don't know how to do, but
yeah. Or what wasn't it like that? Doesn't Ross do that? This is showing my age and friends, isn't it?
when
He's
he
like,
puts his elbows together. Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
uh, it
Um,
has. I made life choices.
well, welcome to the spot where you can just relax and we can chit chat about it. And
Cool.
also, the nice thing about this show is that you get to bitch about even life choices, which other people would be like, "Well, that's a cool life choice," which I have that problem. But things are hard.
Yeah, they are hard. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Are you? Oh, good.
I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Shall I tell you what's going on around here? You can like
Yeah.
come
Yeah,
together
I'd like
and tell
that.
me how you are.
Yeah, I'd like that a lot.
Okay. Well, yesterday I opened a box, which I thought was a box of Junebug treats that I had ordered, but it was actually new prepubs for the new cover of The Seven Miracles of Beatrix Holland, which I think is so
Oh
cute.
my God. I
It's
have the biggest grabby hands ever right now. Oh my
it's pink,
God.
because it's cozy but witchy, and
I
they had made
want
it
it.
black, which made it look dark and scary, but it's not dark and scary. So they actually, I really love this, is that the publicity team all read it and said that's not the right cover, the old black
Is
one,
it
which was
coming to
beautiful.
audio?
But is it coming out in audio? Yes.
Okay,
And
I need
I
it.
I just realized that I haven't. What month is this? Oh, it's only February. It doesn't come out till August, so I guess they're just yeah. They were looking for a narrator the last time I looked. So it's pink and it's witchy and it's got like a mirror and a candle and some yarn and a
It is
book
so cute. I
and
think it's going to do very well. Cozy is like
your
on
lipstick got
trend.
tears.
Yeah, yeah,
Fabulous. Yeah,
cozy's
so
on trend.
very cozy, very witchy. I can't remember if I told you or not, but I had the best compliment of my life about this book is that I was riding around with my sister and we were talking about how we don't want to read, like I'm just not in the mood to read anything that is harrowing. I was like, I don't want to be harrowed. I'm not in the mood to be harrowed. I am in the mood to be, find comfort and joy and ease when I'm reading right now. I'm sure that'll change, but that's what I want right now. And Bethany said, "Oh my God, I just read the best cozy little book. What was it? What was it?" And then she realized it was my book. I'd sent her the ebook.
Oh,
Oh. But
oh,
she
that's
reached into
really the
her.
best
It's literally,
compliment ever.
I think it might be the best one I've ever
It is.
received.
Facts. Facts. I
Because she
don't know
reached into her
how.
feelings box and went,
Yeah.
I felt a feeling and I want to share that feeling with somebody. What was the title? Oh shit. Yeah, you wrote the title.
You need, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but you have to somehow get that on the wall as like a fucking medal of honor. My book was so good. My sister couldn't remember the title, like that kind of, but like in a complimentary way. I don't know how you put it on your wall, but that is fucking props to you. That is an incredible compliment. I love
It,
that. That is my
it
favorite thing I've ever heard.
me freaking too. So I'm so pleased and I hope it does well. And I'm also like, I wrote it so long ago and I sold it so long ago and it took 2 years for them to get it through production. Like they bought it and said, okay, it'll come out in 2 years, because they were so behind and also nobody wanted a book to come out over election. So everything was put off. Um, and it's going to be coming out. So that's nice. And then since we talked, I have revamped my entire business model. So there's that. I
Okay, wait, sorry. No, I just had to like re-listen to what you just said.
actually saw the
I
tape
was,
playing in your head as you
yeah,
re-listened.
I was like, wait, what? That was a very major sentence. Hold up, what?
I this is so strange. I was on a retreat I don't think so. I must not have talked to you. Yeah, no, I was on retreat with our friends on February 1st. And I always open my classes a month before. So on the first of the month, when my classes are going to start the next month, I open the classes and I do all the things. And it's a big ta-da to do, to do all the payment things and the website and everything. And I woke up that morning, I was like, oh, I don't want to. I don't want to teach 90 days to done. I don't want to teach 90 days revision just yet. I need to keep focusing on my books because I love teaching these classes. And I have to admit that I pour so much energy into them. There is a lot less energy to put into my own writing. And I'd been enjoying the time off that I'd had. I've been enjoying the focus on my own projects. And I just sat there and went, nope. So I opened grads, which is my, my pet class, which is mostly secret, but you have to have wound your way through my classes in order to get into grads. And I love the grads, so that's happening. But that's not teaching. That's hanging out with other writers and we're all speaking the same language. It's wonderful. And easy. That's ease. And then I thought, well, okay, what's another way that I can bring in money? And I specifically thought these thoughts. How can I bring in money by helping other people at a lower cost to them and a lower cost time-wise to me in a model that is scalable? And I started brainstorming, and I have really, really resisted the subscription model kind of thing. And I'm doing the subscription model. I have started a community called Ink Village, and it's quite precious. Let me tell you, I'm actually not even trying to sell people about it. I just want to tell you about it. It's basically I'm consolidating a lot of the little offerings I was doing piecemeal for $5 here or for $25 a month here, and they're all in one place. So we're still doing the Rachel Says write-ins, but there's more of them now. Instead of twice a week, it's going to be 5 unhosted times a week, 2 hours in the morning, US times, and 2 or 3 hosted by me in the afternoons. Oh, you have a
So what
question?
is, yeah, what do you mean by unhosted? You just provide the room, but you're not there. Do
Exactly.
you
Yeah,
have to
because
turn it on?
I will have to turn it on. I will be asleep because it'll be 4 a.m. New Zealand time, and that's like the only time I know that I'm sleeping well.
How will
So
you turn it on?
I will turn it on before I go to bed. Because with a pro account, there's unlimited time. I need to make sure. I knew I should have made sure of this before I opened it, but I think I've done this before, where I've turned it on and just left it open. The other thing I can do. Why don't I just do this? Oh, I don't need to open it. I don't know why I decided against this, but you can make the room open to anyone who wants in. Basically, then there is no host. So if somebody comes in, the room is there, and if they don't, that's
Becca
fine.
Syme did that. So
Yeah,
she had an office that was just, if
she
you
still has
clicked
it,
in, then
I
you'd
think.
be the first person there.
Yeah.
So it's like always open. I'd look at that because then you don't even have to turn it on before bed.
Oh, you know why I wanted to turn it on is because I wanted my avatar to be there. This is the way I'll prefer. Basically, I'll set it up so anybody can get in anytime, but I want my avatar to be there with some instructions always. Like instead of my face, it'll be a screenshot of please keep yourself on mute. Please chat in the comments. Because I Becca, I love you, but I've gone to the office sometimes, and the chatter that happens, the actual talking, sends me right out because I think they talk for 15 minutes an hour, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to sit next to people. So
Body
I don't.
double.
I just want to body double. So this is just body doubling 5 times a week in the mornings, and then 2 to 3 times a week in the afternoons with me or Ed if I'm not in town, my assistant. And then this is the thing I'm excited about. So in the 90-day classes, the thing that the students have always loved the most is that they get to ask questions all week long while they're doing their work. And then I answer them in a big video every week. And I say a big video because they're oftentimes an hour to sometimes an hour and a half of just me answering questions and staring at the camera. And I always joke that it's more like a podcast because I'm not doing it. Like they need to just put this in on YouTube and just listen as they do their things because I'm just staring at the camera. But I realized, oh, that is a podcast. So there's going to be a secret, The Village Crier will be the weekly podcast just for Ink Village members. We have a Slack channel which include the Village Square where we all hang out, the Mill where we do plot ideas, the Clockmaker where we talk about scheduling, planning, what's on the docket for the week, what's on the docket for the month, all of that, and then I've got a whole bunch of other like little easy things like probably every month I will just hopefully they will want to, somebody will want to. I'll talk to like one student, just like a little mini interview for 10 minutes. We'll just do a little like, who are you? What are you doing? What are you working on? What are you excited about?
Do you
And
know what
it's
I love?
what? Tell me.
Your eyes are smiling at me so hard right
Oh,
now. It is adorable. You are so happy over this.
it's I love it because I know that my one superpower is creating community and I can create this. And the other thing, and this is freaking me out a little bit, but I've also opened up higher level. So that's the cottage is that level, and that's $99 a month. Or I'm doing a pay as you can. If you can't afford $99, if you're marginalized in any way, you can, there's a form you can fill out and tell me how much you can afford. But then I'm also throwing in, there's the workshop where you get editing from me once a month of 2,000 words. And then there's the study, which is once a month you get editing and coaching from me at a high enough price point to me that it makes it completely worth it for me to do. And then I have a very high tier, which probably nobody will ever take me up on. But if they did, it's two coaching per month plus 10,000 words of detailed editing. And that's it. It's at $7.99, which is actually the correct price point for that because I'm charging $5.99 a month for these classes. But this would be one-on-one time. So, but it's scalable. I can lock, if I have it, if I have too many people at the coaching level, it's just locked. There are no more coaching levels right now.
I think it's really important that we value ourselves and our time. Like in my Kickstarter, my highest tier has gotten more expensive and you're getting less for it because I have learned that some of the things, I was annotating an entire book and the first time round I was not every single page, don't get me wrong, it wasn't every
Right.
single page, but there was probably 100 to 150 annotation like notes in there. So from maybe every third page. Um, and some pages had multiple annotations on them. And the first time round, they could choose what type of content they wanted. And then the second time I was like, no, you're getting a duplicate annotation of the master copy that I had annotated.
Yes.
And it was only that book. They didn't get to choose. Like, and then this time I'm annotating one scene.
You're like, fuck
Now,
that. I can't do it.
yeah, fuck it. I'm not doing it again. Don't get me wrong, they are getting extra stuff, but it's like everybody gets, so I'm doing 10, so I'll annotate 10 scenes. But the reason that we're doing this is because in the print run, they sent me unbound proofs. I was like, why are you sending me unbound proofs? And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with these pages? And then one of my friends had this amazing idea. She was like, why don't you annotate a scene? I was like, whoa, 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 that would be seriously unique because there's one copy of this annotated scene. And so they'll get like 5 pages max. So the max pages I have to annotate is 50 pages. And it's properly unique. They're unbound pages. And then so I don't know if you do this as well, but you must do your input. I have like a notebook for each new story or journal, and I have
Oh,
like
yeah.
shit that I stick in. So I'm going to photocopy in color like pages of my notebooks for this tier.
I
So
love
they will
that.
get that. And then they get to ask me one question. So then there'll be 10 questions and I will answer them, and everybody will get the answers to all 10 questions. And I will handwrite a note, but then we'll photocopy it. So they'll get a photocopy. It's a handwritten note to all of them. Well, actually, I might not handwrite it. We haven't written the words handwrite, but I love writing letters, so I like the idea of
Mm.
doing that, but I'll see how much energy I've got when it comes to it.
But the
But
thing is,
yeah.
you can be creative with that too. You can start to handwrite it and write one page, and then at the bottom say, "Okay, I was going to write the whole thing, but now my hand is tired," and then switch to type. Like that would,
100%.
because it is also, excuse me, harder for the brain to read anybody's handwriting anyway, even if it is good.
Yeah.
So they would
And mine
appreciate
is
that too.
not.
See, I
So,
imagine your
so
penman
yeah,
should to be flawless.
I write in all caps. Like my handwriting is terrible. But anyway, so those are like less time, like it's less time and it's still the same price. So like that valuing of time, I think is a hard lesson we all have to learn.
Hmm.
But I also think the more we value our own time, the more other people value our time.
Yeah, and here's the thing is that I can do as much as I want in my writing business, my own personal writing business, when I am teaching, if I if I am going full out. And it is so hard. And when I tell myself, "Oh, Rachel, you'll get everything you want done and you'll be able to teach," I'm lying to myself. I won't because I am also now valuing my time enough that I am taking time to rest and I am taking down days. And I know your face, your face, Sasha's face. You all know what the face looks like. You've heard these words before, but I won't. So I'm actually being super honest with myself, and I am doing another thing. I'm doing this thing that I do to myself all the time, which is giving myself a pay cut, which means I usually rise to that. Like I'm giving myself a pay cut. And as I was just, as I was firing up Yield Zoom, um, I was like, oh, I'm giving myself a pay cut again because it is a large pay cut. I do charge a good, I don't charge half what other teachers, I don't even charge a quarter what other teachers charge, but I still charge a lot for my classes, which I think is enough. But I kind of heard this sentence wash through my mind, which is take some time to make some money from your books. And that is what this will also allow me to do is that if I am making less over here on the subscription community, that's giving me the time to also do the things I've been wanting to do, which are do the advertising, do the shop, go hard on the Shopify. I'm going to do, speaking of annotation, I'm doing a collection of the Cypress Hollow knit lit books, but I'm going to annotate the old first book, and just have that as I might kickstart the whole package because I've got 6 books in that series. So I'm playing with this. I'm playing with that idea.
Sorry, hang on. I have
Yeah,
2 questions, but
yeah.
the annotations, are you just annotating one copy and only that one copy, or
I'm
are you
thinking
going
of
to turn it digital?
turn it digital and make it an optional book that one can buy. Who did I
Higher
just
price
see?
digital.
Exactly. Higher price,
Yeah,
nice.
brilliant.
Probably only available on my site, probably only in
Yep.
hardcover, probably the nice cover. And I haven't done a beautiful book. So this will be a beautiful book. And I want the time to do that kind of thing. Now, did you sell a digital annotated copy of your book?
No, but it is on the list
Yeah.
in terms of ideas because I would like to do higher priced ebooks. But no, I haven't done it yet. It's
Oh, I
on
hadn't even
what we are
thought
calling the scroll.
on the scroll. That would work with my ink village.
The scroll of ideas where Sasha puts all her lovely ideas that she can't do right now.
And there are so many of
Oh my
them. And
God.
that is,
So
have you
many.
read 4,000 Weeks by Oliver
It is the
Berkman?
worst fucking book I have ever read. I have never
I'm
regretted
sh
reading a book more in my life. I was so fucking depressed.
Oh
It actually
no.
put me into a depression.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, like
I'm so glad you're saying
severely.
that.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I emailed Becca because, like, obviously, it came, a lot of authors were talking about it in and around the time that she read it. And she was like, oh, yeah, no, it's not for you. You
Not for
have
you.
far too many yellows for it to be for you. And I was like, I wish that you'd said that because
Mm,
it literally took me
because
about
she
two
loved it
weeks to
too.
pull
Yeah.
myself out. But if you are yellow dominant, not for you.
What is yellow
Because
again? I never remember the colors.
influencing strengths, but it's, like the drivers, the pushers, like
Uh-huh.
I was just like, what is the point of anything? What is the point of my life? Why do I even get up? What's the point of doing anything? Like,
For readers who don't know what this is, Oliver Berkman's main premise is you'll never have time to do all the things, so let it go, which is not something you can do. And here's the thing, I believe that
that's not how I read
meditation.
it.
What? No?
No,
What was your
I
main
read
takeaway?
it. You're gonna die and you haven't got time to do anything. So what's the point in doing anything? Like
See,
nothing
and
that you
that
do matters. That's how it came across. Nothing that you do matters.
oh
And I was like, oh my
no.
God, why would anybody like this book? Oh my
Oh,
God,
see,
I'm
and
actually
I
getting emotional. I actually feel traumatized after
oh,
reading that book. Like, I feel
I'm
like it needs trigger warnings. Like,
yeah, yeah. Well,
yeah,
and I think this sounds as serious as, I believe that meditation is good for everybody, except there are people they have proven for whom meditation will trigger depression, psychosis, really major mental problems, and meditation will be the trigger. So the people who say, well, if you're not getting something from meditation, you need to do it more. No, there has to be trigger warnings with things like meditation that say, no, this will make you worse. This will make you feel terrible, if not worse than terrible.
yeah,
You're not the person for that. I can't remember why I
yeah.
brought it up, but
Oh, I'm sorry,
just
I
the
went
never ending.
off.
No, just no, just the never ending to-do list, which for a person like you, you'll either eventually get through the whole to-do list or you will get to the item and say, oh no, I don't want to do that one anymore
Yeah.
and take it
Yeah.
off. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're so
Yeah.
good at that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh no,
that
I'm
is
very
what I have
happy
done.
doing that. Oh my God, it's so much. Wait, I feel like there was something else. There was Kickstarter mention in there, Shopify mention. So that's where you're going hard next.
That's been where I've been planning to go hard next. I still need to
Okay.
bring out the fix, and I'm working on my cute little novel that I love so much. But
I have a question this was my
please,
second question. So I have a question before I start talking.
okay.
When did you roughly first publish?
2010 was my first
Okay.
book came out. So 15. Wait, what year is this? 25. Yeah, 15 years. Damn.
And on average, wait, okay, so my next question, how many books do you have?
30, 32, something like that.
So on average, you have consistently published 2 books a year every
And
year.
I'm doing 2 books this year. Yep.
Okay. So I had a realization
Tell me.
yesterday. Yeah. And I was like, because I was starting to beat myself up about the fact that I haven't written for 3 months. And I was like, hold on a second. Every single year since I started publishing, I have published 3 books, with the exception of the year that I left my day job. And that was because that was COVID and the year that I left my day job. So it was just survival. But other than that year, every year I have published 3 books without fail. And I was like, I wonder if the reason that I keep adding all of these fancy, cool ideas, like, oh, I don't know, set up a whole fucking warehouse, is because in reality, my subconscious is like, actually, 3 books a year is what we do. That's what we're comfortable
Yes.
with, and that we can do that every year on year, without burning out. And instead of just going, why don't you rest now? My brain goes, well, this is rest because it's not writing. And I just yesterday, I was like, oh my God, is that what I'm doing? Because I was like, why can't I write? Like, why has it been 3 months? Why? And I was like, maybe you just don't want to write. Maybe it's okay not to. And because in the back of my head, I was like, we are still going to write 3 books this year. And I think what happens is I just store up all this. No, what it is I store up rage from not writing. I get really fucked off that I haven't written any words. And when I'm angry enough that I haven't written any words, I then release, and all the anger comes out into like this fast, furious, like vomiting, passionate, like just thrill ride of vomiting books out. And then I'm done. And then I'm like so joyful and like full of like joy that I can't write any more words because I'm not angry anymore. So then I have to stop writing and do other shit that isn't writing until I'm angry enough that I've spent so much time not writing that I have to come back to writing.
I have two things
And
to say. That is a fantastic process, and it also sounds a little bit exhausting.
well, I don't know. I have never burnt out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I want to run an experiment. But the reason that I say this is because yesterday I got to the end of the warehouse shenanigans. And all of a sudden I was like, I'm ready to write. And I was like, that's was the trigger to go, wait a minute, hold on a second. What is this behavior? How have I just switched to if I do not write tomorrow, I am going to burn everything in my pathway. And I was like, what is going on? So anyway, I think I want to do an experiment, and I'm going to find it very difficult. Like, it will genuinely be really challenging for me to do this, but I think I need to, just to see what happens. So I think the challenge is that I have to say no to everything other than rest in different formats of like working out really crazily,
Hmm.
reading, going and visiting museums, all of that stuff, and writing. Like, I think I have to say no for a year to everything else. And either at the end of this year, I'm going to have written more books and be burnt out, or I will have replaced all of the other projects with enough rest that I can just write more books.
And is the goal for this to write more books? Is that what you want? I mean, or would you be happy writing three
I
books a year for the rest of
Very
your career?
happy. Yes, I would. With one caveat, I would like 18 months of writing more so that I can be ahead. I only want to write more because I want a longer lead up so that we can do
Hmm.
more marketing. So
Hmm.
I want a book finished a minimum of 6 months before launch. Really, I would like to be a year ahead. So yes, I do want to write more, but only temporarily.
Hmm.
And then I think I'd like to go back to just doing the three a year because that seems to be fine. Because, and like everyone's always like, oh, you write so fast. And I'm like, but do I? Because I've published the same amount of books every year. I just go very aggressive when I am writing, and then the rest of the time I'm not writing.
You
And yeah,
You and I are the
sorry.
same in that we're exactly the same. And that's it, because I go hard when I'm actually in the middle. Well, right now I'm lying because I'm doing this really slow, like 20 minutes a day kind of thing. But I feel like I'm getting nowhere. But usually I write very fast, very hard, revise quickly and hard, and then it's done. And then I'm doing a bunch of other things. I
Yeah.
think we're both this. I think we're exactly the same in that. That kind of surprises me.
Yeah.
But I don't have the anger burning up in me that pushes me to
Oh,
write,
but
and
I
I love
love
that.
it. I love it so it is so hot, so sexy. Like it is my most productive, like oh, it is I don't know how to explain it, but like I just it is I change it into this glorious fuel that just delivers over and over and over again. It is so positive and so yeah, I don't know. I love it.
That,
Like
and now your eyes are sparkling. That is.
right? I am like, yeah, yeah, I need to be rageful.
Whereas if I'm rageful, only one thing happens. I get a migraine and go to bed. Like that.
Oh, no.
And then the next day, I don't remember what I was mad about because my brain can't hold on to anger. I cannot hold on to anger. It dissipates like smoke. It's just gone. I do not do it.
But
I love.
there are negative types of anger, and
Yeah, of
that's
course.
not what
Yeah.
mine is.
No,
Like
no, no.
mine
Yours is
is,
fuel.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Also, let me just point out what I'm hearing too is that like this particular process for you is entirely trustworthy. That and
Yeah.
you know that this is how you work, even if you've maybe never nailed it down into language that you could describe before. You have known to trust it because it is trustworthy. This is how you work, and this is how you will continue to work. It will continue to keep working for you. This build up to passion and anger, toppling over into writing the book, and then resting and reading, and then the build up and toppling over again. I think that that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, except I haven't done the resting and reading. I've gone, oh, look, let's do a webinar. Oh, look, let's set up a fucking warehouse. Oh, look, let's do a Kickstarter. Like, so, Sasha,
I
let's
haven't.
leave that
I
shit on the scroll and do
So
something else.
tell me how you said I think your words were, I got to the end of warehouse shenanigans and then I was ready to write. What do you want to tell us about the warehouse shenanigans or would you rather just ignore entirely?
No, I will. I have learned so much. Um, First of all, I will talk about it. I'm going to talk about Kickstarter first because
Mm.
my next Kickstarter starts on Tuesday and we
Oh,
are on Wednesday. So there's less than a week to go. And I am so proud and so excited already for this Kickstarter. So the last Kickstarter, I had 718 pre-launch followers.
incredible.
Hold please, because I've got a video doing quite well, which has changed the numbers quite a bit. Why
Ooh.
is yeah. So as of right this second, 1,458. So
Oh
more
my
than
God.
double. More
Oh
than
my
double.
God.
And you remember how much I made on that last
Yes.
Kickstarter. So, like, because I know this is only going to patrons for a month, I'm going to say this out loud. I and then I regretted it and was like, I don't think I can say it out loud. Okay, let me talk around it because that feels I'm not quite brave enough to say it out loud. I have been putting into GPT all my stats and prices and all of this lot. And I was asking for conservative and aggressive estimations. I was like, make a formula that would predict how much I would earn off of this Kickstarter.
Hmm.
And the conservative one was $70 average spend per thing. And based on the numbers and based on my previous campaigns, I needed 1,428 followers to make 100 grand. And we're at 1,458. That is all I'm going to say about that. And we will see what happens. And that I can't say any more because I'm going to vomit in my mouth. But we all know what the goal is, okay? Nobody needs to actually say it out loud.
It
Uh,
was not stated.
it was not stated. But
Wow.
yeah, so I launch at 5 p.m. next Tuesday. And I have never been more excited in my entire
And
life.
how long is the Kickstarter? 21? 14?
Yeah. So it launches on March the 4th. One, two, three. It's actually just under 4 weeks, about three and a half weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That is so exciting. That, can you remind
And
me, because my brain is a piece of cheese, um, what the Kickstarter is for this time?
it is for my first Ruby series, so the Girl Games
So the
series.
whole series.
Plus,
Yeah.
I've written a secret novella. Um,
Ah,
which is the crossover. So everybody has been and I tell you what, they went fucking mental when it got announced. In one day, I think we did like 200 followers just based on this novella. Yeah. So everybody was asking for the wedding. So there's a royal couple in book two, and they all wanted the wedding. And I said, no, 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 because I can't do slice of life. I just can't. I can't do cozy. I can't do slice of life. There has to be
that's the
some
only
kind of
thing I can
tension
do.
off
I
the
can only do
right.
slice of life, only do cozy. There's nothing else I have. That's why thrillers were
Teach me
so
your
hard.
ways. Teach
I
me
know it's a
your
brain.
ways.
It's a brain and it's perfect. It's perfect the way it
Um,
is.
so I was like, okay, fine. I will do a romance. So I'm doing one character from one series and one character from the other, and it's a crossover romance set at the wedding. And I was like, that is how I will do it. And they lost their shit. Like
That's a
everybody's so
great idea.
excited.
So the focus is not the wedding, the focus is on
No,
this new couple who's
right.
having passionate hijinks.
And it's total candy fluff smart wedding. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's not, there's no, like it's one plot line. There's no
Yeah.
B plot. It's very simple. It's a novella. It's not long. Like, so it's not one of my, complex sweeping
Right.
romances. It is candy fluff smart because that's what they've asked for. That's what they're
How
getting.
how long was it? How many words?
I haven't finished. I think
Yeah.
it will be less than 40K. I think it will be around 30, between 30 and 40, and I'm
Yeah.
halfway.
That's a
So.
lot. That I like a 20K novella.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't remember. I think I'm like 12 to 15K in. So, and I'm maybe not quite halfway. So I don't
Hmm.
know. But sometimes the endings get faster and you know what it's like.
Hmm.
They get a bit,
Hmm.
so I don't know. Um, I was supposed to write it this week, but the warehouse got in the way. So the warehouse,
Is it good? Is it fun? Is it hard? Do you wish you hadn't done it? Or is it hard, but it's
no.
okay? You like that you've done it?
Yes, it is hard and I like that I've done it. So
Can you
it
sum up why
it
you're doing it for people who might just be joining us right now? What is the warehouse?
okay, so the warehouse is fulfillment for Shopify, TikTok Shop, Kickstarters, and additional products we will be bringing on, potentially subscription boxes, potentially merch boxes, potential. I won't be managing any of that. That's all Petra. Um,
Good job on that.
yeah, no, I'm like, I literally, I have like this Kickstarter. I wrote the books. She did everything else. Literally, she did everything else. Like I
Fantastic.
made a few decisions, but she has pretty much done this.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, um, so the where to do this, you have to be good at detail, process, and troubleshooting. I have zero level, minus zero level skills in all three of those things, which is why it's been so hard. Um,
Yeah.
the most particular, I have never felt neurospicy until I did this. And this has made me feel like maybe I should go and get tested because I just don't talk the way that other people talk. I don't process. I felt like I was going to go into a shutdown during the setup and integration of DPD, like our shipping partner. It was supposed to be a half an hour meeting. 3.5 hours later, I said no, I was done. And I said, I can't do any more today. I was like, we have to stop. So we didn't go live the day that we were meant to go live. Petra has the patience of a fucking saint. She has saved me. I adore that woman. She's never allowed to leave me. And I will pay her whatever she wants,
Is she
basically,
full
in
time
order to
now
stay.
for you?
That's a whole other conversation we have to talk about. Um, so, so I now am in possession of about 4,000 books of my own. Um, oh God, Rachel, I don't even know. It was so much more than I anticipated. Let me talk about things that I can talk about. The books cost just under £9,000 to print. The warehouse setup, including the deposit, the new computer screens, new desk, racking, all of that stuff was about £4,500. So I was about £13,500 down. I made um, another life choice and decided that I was going to do TikTok shop at the same time as this. I don't know why I made that choice, but in my first month, tick on a brand new account. Okay, so I set up a brand new account, 0 followers, standing start.
Wait,
I
what
made
was the account for? Was it for?
TikTok shop. Set up a new account for TikTok shop, so I did not do it on my original big account on TikTok.
Oh,
Brand new account. Yeah.
what is the
Why?
account called?
Ruby Row dot bookshop or ruby dot
Yeah,
row dot bookshop. I can't remember.
I'm so confused. Why would you do that? I'm
I
sure there's
did it
great.
because, yeah, because TikTok shop geolocates your account. So it sets my account in the UK. So if I did that, I would lose all of the US traffic. So the choice for TikTok shop was make my big account UK or start from zero. I started from zero.
In the
I
US.
made,
Like
no,
geolocate
it,
in the US. No, it's actually in it's a
I'm UK. So it's
well, I know,
UK
but it's a
account.
re I thought you could force it to look at you somewhere else. Oh,
No,
wow.
because I can only ship into the UK. TikTok shop
Oh.
will only do inside your country.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. I made £7,800
That first month. That
for the
is
first month.
bonkers. That's
It is
bananas.
insane. It's insane. So that on top of Shopify, I've made over 20 grand. So I have already made my money back in 1 month.
Because you were
So
just opening it the last time we talked.
yeah, yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah. So
Exhausting.
exhausting, but totally financially worth it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
have you worked your way out? Because I know that your plan the last time we talked was to do all the shipping yourself so that you knew how to do it and then you could identify the problems and then teach somebody how to do it well.
That is what I said meant when I said all the warehouse shenanigans is done. So, well, hang
Oh,
on, hang
yay.
on, hang on. So I found a girl, but then I think she wanted to start immediately, and she came in and I kind of showed her around, and I realized very quickly I was not ready to teach somebody how to do it because I didn't know what I was doing. And it was before we'd gone live with DPD, and that week was the worst. Honestly, I did question if I'd done the right thing. That whole week, I was like, I fucked up. I fucked up. This is really bad. Um, Anyway, roll on. I had messaged her a couple of days ago and she hasn't replied. So I feel like I probably lost out there. But, okay, at the moment, my mum has come to my rescue. I cannot even begin to describe how much of a fucking hero she has been. I would not have been able to do this without my mum.
How cute
Um,
is that?
I honestly, it had
What?
she the girl just messaged me back.
Oh, oh, wow, right this second.
Literally right this second.
Is
That's
she
what my mouth
listening
just
to
dropped
this?
open. I don't know. How
I don't know though. Do
bizarre.
you want to trust somebody who hasn't responded in a few days?
No.
Like,
She was
nah.
also 10 minutes late to
No,
the
fuck that.
meeting, and I was
Nope.
like,
You better
I'm
have like
out.
a like your car broke down for to be 10 minutes late on the first day.
Yeah.
It's got to
Yeah.
be a very good excuse.
Anyway, so my mum is number one sig. Do you know what she loves doing? Wrapping parcels. She was like, oh, it's like a present. She's like, look at all the gifts we're giving people. And I was like, Mum, do you enjoy this? She was like, well, I quite like wrapping all these presents for people. So she actually really enjoys
That's the
it.
cute. Do you know that I don't wrap presents? I hate it so much that Lala wraps every present I give to anyone else, and I do not wrap her presents. I stick them in a bag, a paper bag, not even like a shopping bag. And I say,
Oh
here,
my God,
I
that's
can't do it. It's like there's
hilarious.
nothing that will make me angrier than wrapping anything, unless it's a book. I can wrap a book, but that's
Oh
it.
my
If it has any
God,
shape at
that's
all.
so
So
funny.
that and maybe I think my significance is very low. That is so cute about your mom. So does she want to keep doing it, or does she like?
I think, well, she keeps saying, oh, if you need help, just shout if you need help. And
People don't
it's
say that unless they.
right. I mean, well, it is my mum. My mum does, I don't know. So we've got it to the point where if she's in, it takes us about an hour to do everything. And so I'm,
Fantastic.
yeah, like, but it's because everything is labeled,
Right.
everything has a place, and my mum also has competition. So I've kind of watched her. And when I'm not packing with her, she's quite slow. And then I come along, and all of a sudden it's like, bam, done. And we're done in like half an hour. I'm like, Mum, did you see that? No, no. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking did. She was like, well, maybe. So I think like we speed each other up. But yes, so the other thing I realized is that so one of my big values is freedom, and I realized I was really heavily restricting my ability to choose what I wanted to do on a day because I was the only person that could log in and print. I was the only person that knew all the processes. So I've kind of taught my mum, and my mum is a much more patient, better teacher than me. So my next ask is when and if we do find somebody else is to ask her to teach them to pack because I don't want to do it.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, yeah. And I think she would enjoy that. But the last thing that I had to do was I ended up buying a second computer that I've put that in here. So it's a new Mac Mini here, and I've taken my old Mac and I've put it in the unit and I've set up a guest account. So now anybody can log in and I just have to write down, do this, do this, do. I did
Yes.
show my mum this morning, but I need to literally, she was like, can you bullet point it? And I was like,
Yep.
that's fine. So I
Yep.
just need to write down, click this button, go here, click that button. And then if once she's got that, she would then be able to teach whoever to then do that. So yeah, we have got things a lot faster, a lot smoother, a lot slicker. Um, and I think now I am detached from it. I feel a lot better. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It has been a roller coaster. The other thing I kind of realized is like you can create a process in an academic exercise, like on paper or on a computer or in a chat, and it doesn't mean shit until you actually put it into practice. 9 times out of 10, it's too complicated. You have to simplify it. So that's been like a real lessons learned as well.
I think that's what I'm trying to do with Ink Village is to simplify. Rachel says write is a plan. Rachel says plan is a plan over here. I'm trying to bring everything under one place to simplify. Oh, and that's what I was going to mention to something you just said. Something I've been finding a really good use case for, and ChatGPT or Claude or whatever is when I come up with something that I'm trying to tell somebody, then I take it to GPT and I say, "Can you simplify this?" And always it makes it easy. It makes it easier to read because As my
I
sister says, you like words too much. We don't need
I
all
need
that
to do that
shit.
with the accountants because I don't
Yeah,
speak the same language as the accountants, and I was getting quite frustrated this week. Joe to the rescue. I
it's
was
a
like
perfect
ready
use
to
for
have a
them.
paddy.
I don't even know what that means. Have a paddy.
Paddy, tantrum. Oh my God, that's such a British phrase. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I've never even
Toddlers,
heard that.
toddlers have a paddy. You know, that's a paddy.
That's adorable.
Um, and the other thing that I have learned is that so I had a business consult with like a business growth thing attached to the government. And we did a HMRC, so that's our tax system, our
Mhm.
government system. I have to employ Petra.
I figured you would. That was my next point to ask. And
Yeah,
better money you could not spend. She's
I'm
paying
very
for herself
scared.
over and over
Oh
and
yeah.
over
Oh yeah,
again,
she
you know?
is.
Why are you
Yeah.
scared?
Um,
This you won't be once you've been doing it for 6 months. You won't be once she's been your employee for 1 month. You won't be scared anymore.
so I like having learnt how to do something, learnt being the operative word.
Yeah.
I've realized that I'm not such a huge fan of having to learn something that I know nothing about. I don't like not being an expert. I
Yeah.
really don't like not being an
Yeah.
expert.
Me too.
And I don't understand law. I don't understand accounting. I don't understand pensions. And I don't really fucking like them. And I don't really want to understand them. So it's having to engage myself in something I've got zero fucking interest in that actually bores me to tears. Um, and is it really detailed? Oh, yes, it is. It's very detailed.
And also you don't
Is
want
it
to fuck
very
up any of the
process
details.
oriented? No,
Hmm.
exactly. And it's super process oriented. And it's just shit that I'm not interested in and I don't like. Why can't I pay somebody else to do it?
Can you no, I'm not even kidding here. Can you pay Petra to hire herself? To learn everything and then tell you what you need to know and get you to sign. I'm not kidding.
Oh,
She would be
I don't
perfect at it
know.
because she has all of those skills, as you have been saying.
I kind of feel like I have to do this one. I have to take this one for the team. And then
Okay.
once I've taken this one for the team, she can do all the others, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she kind of knows. So at the moment she does about 27 hours a week.
Hmm.
And we have both recognized that by the end of the next tax year, I think she'll be full time.
Hmm.
I have said I can't take her on full time until I've got more months under my belt. Like we are too new in this warehouse.
Hmm.
Yes, we've had a great first month, but like what
Right.
happens, you know, like we've
Yeah.
got no contextual data to prove that you know. So yeah, I'm nervous because it's a responsibility. I'm nervous because I have to pay her every single month. Like that
That's
is a
true.
responsibility.
When she's hourly, it's just like, well, I can't give you the hours right now. Yeah, yeah, that is scary. That I just got scared for you. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Before I wasn't thinking it was real fear. No, I was. I was.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you know, I have to pay her pension, her tax. I have to be, I'm
Yeah.
responsible for that. You know, that I don't like any of that stuff anyway. Um, so yeah, I just I like making money, but numbers bore me to tears. Like I am not good at any of the accounting stuff. Like I just hate it. I hate all of it. I just don't like it.
That
Love
is
seeing the numbers
you
in the
have
bank. Love data.
you have the
Love
opposite
spending
of
it,
sparkle
saving
in your
it.
eyes.
Right?
Opposite. Yeah.
Talking about like making the money, investing the money, saving the money, spending the money. Fucking love all of that stuff. Talking about doing the accounting for it, I literally want to, I can't even, it's not appropriate for
I
me to make
can't
that dark of a joke, but
I can't read auras. I don't even know if they exist, but if anybody wants to like sample something fun, or if you're in one of our Patreons, go watch this on the YouTube just where Sasha said that because you literally lit up talking about making, spending, counting, and then again like it was amazing. You should go back and watch
yeah,
it.
I might, I will. Yeah. Like I really, I don't know what the problem is. I just
But
hate it.
something that we've learned as we grow to know ourselves is that it doesn't matter why it's not your thing. To know it's not your thing is enough. And to know you got to do what you got to do. We've got to learn like the tax learning from paying tax in two countries has been so that for this over this last year it has been absolute hell. And I have cried at the desk. And I haven't cried at the desk for years. It is that minutia that I have to learn, and nobody else knows how to do it. I think I paid more than $6,000 last year just for tax help in New Zealand and in the United States, and still nobody is doing it right. And I did it wrong and got penalized and all of these things. But I know that I'm getting it, and I hate it. But once I have it, I'll be fine. You're gonna be fine. I like how this
That's the thing.
immediately drove you to chew on your finger too.
Yeah, I know. It's because I know in my head I was listening to you and I was like, yep, this is my next. So I know I've got 5 weeks of pain basically because I've got a problem with my pension. I can't get a clear answer. Like I've already,
I'm working with that too.
I literally, I cannot. I can't communicate with accountants. I can't. I've tried. I can't. I'm getting. This is the bad anger. This is the
Yeah.
bad anger. I'm
Yeah.
getting angry because because I can't communicate clearly. It's command. Give me a clear answer,
Yeah.
black and white. Like, don't add extra words that you don't need to use. Just give it to me straight. Anyway,
When my tax
and
accountant here in New Zealand said something to me, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what the words mean.
yeah,
But then
like they just
when I
use
Google
loads of
them, it doesn't
words.
help. Yeah. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding. And all the words are different between New Zealand and yeah. Okay, so 5 weeks of
Yeah.
pain.
Yes, to sort out my pension, sort out a contract, sort out uh payroll pensions for Petra. So I was going to try and get her on for next month, and then I was like, "Shut the fuck up! What are you even talking about?"
Yeah,
Like,
no, next month sounds
you
quite busy.
right? I was like, "Shut up! You are boring, Sasha. Like, get a grip." So it's the end of our tax year at the end of March. So I was like, "We will do this for the 1st of April."
Yeah.
So that I'm going to have her not full time. I will have her from the 1st of April as an employee.
Fabulous.
Um,
Fabulous.
and hopefully maybe I've found another employee at that point for the
For the
warehouse.
oh, that's so exciting. That's so
Yeah.
exciting. I'm so proud of you and all of these things you've been learning and doing. All right, so the next time we
Hardest
talk,
thing. Yes.
will
I
the
will have written a
Kickstarter
novella.
you will have done the novella. I like how you thought about the novella first and not the Kickstarter. Your Kickstarter will be almost done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know why though? Because I'm ready to write.
Yes,
So
that's so
that's what
funny.
is
Your
in my
brain
brain.
just did that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that's it. That all that exists now is words. That's it.
I love that. That's beautiful. I almost never have
Really,
that.
really
I have words on
interesting.
it.
Like,
Yeah, that's so cool. I love watching you work. All right, so and you will have so by the time we talk, we will know ish where your Kickstarter is. Although what is the day it
yeah,
closes?
the 1st of April, 2nd of April, 1st of April, I
Oh,
think.
okay. So
Yeah, so we
when we
won't
talk,
quite
you're gonna be in that manic
closing. Yeah,
magic phase of like, holy shit, what are we gonna do at the end? Because there's always that
yeah,
spike at the end.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited
We will be
about that.
close. We will be very close to the end. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel
And by
sick.
the time we talk next, I will have gotten Ink Village off the ground and running. Also, I'm going to the Philippines. Did I mention that? I, going to the Philippines for a week and a half. I got this all expenses paid trip to the Philippines because of this weird genetic condition that I have, and the pharmaceutical company is bringing like doctors and patients from the Australasia region because nobody has this, and so it's a full ride there, and I'm taking myself to an island called Boracay for a week by myself. I'm going to stay in a
Oh my
uh,
fucking God, that sounds
tropical
amazing.
island hotel and just write and work. So that's what I'll be doing too. So I
Oh
will
my
be.
God,
Oh, I
that is
know.
amazing.
That's
I will
good.
be a
That's
year
good.
older when we speak next
Oh,
time.
okay. Okay.
Mm.
I love a year older Sasha. Happy birthday in advance. All right, my love. Thank you. That was super fun.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to tune in and subscribe on your podcatcher. And when you have a moment, please leave a review.